So the AirPod Pro 3 just came out and I do have a few things that I don't like about them, but regardless, Apple's AirPods are still some of the best earbuds out there and they are the gold standard. And one of the most important things about wireless earbuds is their microphone for phone calls. So in this video, we're going to be testing the microphone performance on the new AirPod Pro 3 and we're going to see how it compares to the AirPod Pro 2 and the AirPods 4. And we're also going to compare them to some Bose, Sony, Galaxy Buds, and Soundcore earbuds as well. So first off, we're going to be starting off with Apple's earbuds, and for the most part, all of Apple's earbuds do a really good job of picking up your voice while in a quiet room, and they also do a really good job of reducing noise pollution. Now, while in a quiet room, I feel that the AirPod Pro 3 do a slightly better job of focusing on your voice than the AirPod Pro 2. Now, the AirPod Pro 2 still sound very good, but I feel that the AirPod Pro 3 sound more focused, which is also very good. And in general, I feel that the AirPods 4 sound very similar to the AirPods Pro 3 while in a quiet room, which I do feel is to be expected because the mic on the AirPods 4 is actually a little newer and a little better than the microphone found on the AirPod Pro 2. Because where the AirPods 4 outperform the AirPod Pro 2 is when it comes to blocking out road noise. Because right now, this microphone is doing a really good job of reducing all of this noise pollution. Because for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise. But if we were to switch back over to the AirPods 4, it is severely reduced. Now, the AirPod Pro 3 are also doing a really good job of reducing all of this road noise, but I actually think the AirPods 4 sound better than the AirPod Pro 3 when blocking out road noise. With the AirPods 4, they're doing a better job of amplifying your voice, whereas with the AirPod Pro 3, your voice is a little lower, but it's also still very good. And then here are the AirPod Pro 2, and these are also doing a really good job of reducing all of this road noise. However, I do feel that there is more interference going on with your voice, so your voice isn't as clear as with the AirPods 4. And when it comes to blocking out chatter, all three of these earbuds do a decent job, but they do struggle a bit more when compared to road noise, which is to be expected. Now, the AirPod Pro 2 are doing a decent job of reducing this chatter, but they are pushing down on my voice a little bit, and there is a little bit of interference. However, you can still easily understand me for the most part. The microphone on the AirPod Pro 3 performs the same as the AirPod Pro 2 when it comes to blocking out chatter. And for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this chatter. But if we were to switch back over to the AirPod Pro 3, it is severely reduced. But then here are the AirPods 4, and I don't think these do as good of a job at blocking out chatter because these are pushing down on my voice a little more, so clarity isn't as good as with the AirPod Pro 3 or the AirPod Pro 2. But overall, Apple's earbuds are great to take phone calls with, and they do a really good job of dealing with noise pollution. Now, the microphone on the AirPod Pro 3 is a little better than the microphone found on the AirPods 4 or AirPod Pro 2, but it's not a huge difference. But now we're going to go ahead and compare the microphone on the AirPod Pro 3s to Bose's current lineup of earbuds. And sadly, Bose really needs a lot of help here. Now, these are the Bose QC earbuds, and while in a quiet room, I feel that the mic on the Bose QC earbuds sounds okay. Now, the mic on the Bose QC Ultra earbuds too does sound a little better than the microphone found on the Bose QC earbuds, and this is where Bose is going to say, oh, the mic on these earbuds has been improved thanks to AI. But then here are the AirPod Pro 3, and these earbuds sound a lot more natural while in a quiet room than both of Bose's earbuds. But where Bose really starts to struggle is when it comes to blocking out noise pollution, because right now, the AirPod Pro 3 are doing a much better job of reducing this road noise. Because if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise. But if we were to switch back over to the AirPod Pro 3, it is severely reduced. Guys, for comparison's sake, here are the Bose QC Ultra Earbuds 2, and these are letting in a noticeable amount of road noise in. But at least I feel that it's still very easy to actually understand you while you're talking. But then here are the Bose QC earbuds, and these are just letting in more road noise, making it harder to understand you, and there is a noticeable amount of interference going on with your voice. And when it comes to blocking out chatter, these earbuds are trying to reduce this chatter, but they're just pushing down on the voice, making it very difficult to actually understand. Now, with the Bose QC Ultra Earbuds 2, these are doing a better job of blocking out this chatter, but they're also pushing down on my voice a lot, making it very hard to understand me. But then here are the AirPods Pro 3, and these are doing a much better job of blocking out this chatter, because for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this chatter. But if we were to switch back over to the AirPods Pro 3, it is severely reduced. So even though Bose is claiming that their newest earbuds have clear microphones to take phone calls with thanks to AI, Bose's earbuds just don't compare to the AirPods Pro 3. The only reason I can recommend Bose's earbuds over Apple's earbuds is because of their better fit, because everything else on Bose's earbuds is mid. But wait, if you're actually going to charge all of this stuff, then check out our partners over at Anchor. They've got a ton of battery banks and chargers. And personally, I've been using this new 7-in-1 charging station from Anchor. Now, personally, I really like this charging base because it has two built-in USB-C cables which retract, and you can use them to either charge small devices like your earbuds, or you can even use them to charge your larger devices like your iPad or MacBook. There's an additional USB-C port, so you can plug in an additional cable, and there's also a USB-A port if you've got any older devices that are using a USB-A cable. Plus on the back, you've got an additional three-prong AC ports, so you can plug in any of your other devices, and this base also has a built-in screen, so you can see how much power it's putting out. You can also see how much power each device is taking, and you can even get temp readouts just to be safe. Honestly, this charging base does save me a lot of clutter here in the studio because I have a lot of devices that just constantly need to be charged. So if you want to pick this charging base up, it'll be linked down below, or you can always press on the YouTube shopping button. And I'm also going to keep a coupon code in the pinned comment down below so that I can get you an extra discount. But next up, let's talk about the Sony WF-1000XM5 earbuds, which are another pair of super popular in-ear earbuds. Now, while in a quiet room, this microphone is usable, but clarity isn't all that great. Because when compared to the AirPod Pro 3, these just do a much better job of picking up your voice. And yes, all of these earbuds are running the latest firmware update. And when it comes to blocking out noise pollution, this is an area where the Sony WF-1000XM5s just can't keep up. Because right now, the AirPod Pro 3s are doing a really good job of reducing all of this noise pollution. Because if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone again, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise. But if we were to switch back over to the AirPod Pro 3, it is severely reduced. Whereas with the Sony WF-1000XM5 earbuds, this is just bad. They're trying to block out this road noise, and if I stop talking, these mics will mute themselves like this. But when you're actually talking, there's still a lot of road noise in the background, making it very difficult to actually understand you. And when it comes to blocking out chatter, it's even worse. But again, if I were to stay quiet, the mic will mute itself. But when you start talking again, there's a lot of interference going on in the background. And if anything, they're also pushing down on your voice. Whereas with the AirPod Pro 3, it's much easier to understand you. And again, for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this chatter. But if we were to switch back over to the AirPod Pro 3, it is severely reduced. So the microphone on the Sony WF-1000XM5s really is lacking, especially when compared to any of Apple's earbuds. But next up, here are the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, and these earbuds also have a really good performing microphone on them to take phone calls with. Now, while in a quiet room, I do think the AirPod Pro 3 sound better than the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro because they do have better clarity to them. But both of these microphones still sound really good. But more importantly, both of these microphones do a really good job of dealing with noise pollution because, like you've seen multiple times already, the AirPod Pro 3 do a really good job of reducing all of this road noise. But the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro are also doing a really good job of dealing with this road noise. Because for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise again. But if we were to switch back over to the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, it is severely reduced. The only thing that I will say is that the AirPod Pro 3 do a better job of bringing out your voice, but I don't think that it's a huge difference. But when it comes to blocking out chatter, I actually think the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro do a better job of dealing with this noise pollution because there isn't as much fluctuations going on your voice like with the AirPod Pro 3. Because again, for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to a monochrome microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this chatter. But if we were to switch back over to the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro, it is severely reduced. But now here are the AirPod Pro 3, and these are also doing a really good job of reducing all of this chatter. However, there is more fluctuations going on my voice than with the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro. So I actually think the Galaxy Buds 3 Pro do a better job of dealing with chatter, but regardless, both of these mics are really, really good. But finally, let's see how the Soundcore Liberty 5 earbuds compare to the AirPod Pro 3. And I think it's a very big deal because these are like half the price of the AirPod Pro 3. And while in a quiet room, this mic sounds pretty good. Now, the microphone on the Soundcore Liberty 5 earbuds does sound a little robotic while in a quiet room when compared to the AirPod Pro 3, but it's still easy enough to understand you. But when it comes to blocking out noise pollution, like you have heard multiple times already, the AirPod Pro 3 does a really good job of dealing with all of this road noise, all while still keeping your voice very clear. Now, the Soundcore Liberty 5 earbuds also do a really good job of dealing with all of this road noise. Because, again, for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to my lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this road noise. But if we were to switch back over to the Soundcore Liberty 5 earbuds, it is severely reduced. However, your voice still sounds a little robotic when compared to the AirPod Pro 3, but it's still very easy to actually understand you. And when it comes to blocking out chatter, it's the same thing. This microphone is doing a really good job of reducing this chatter, but your voice still sounds pretty robotic. But it's still easy enough to understand you. But again, for comparison's sake, if we were to switch over to a lapel microphone, you're going to clearly hear all of this chatter. But if we were to switch back over to the Soundcore Liberty 5 earbuds, it is severely reduced. However, on the AirPod Pro 3, this mic does a better job of dealing with this chatter. However, there is some interference on your voice, but I still think that it's very impressive that the Soundcore Liberty 5 earbuds do a really good job of keeping up with the AirPod Pro 3 for half the price. But overall, the AirPod Pro 3 have a great sounding microphone on them to take phone calls with. They do a great job of dealing with noise pollution, and they're still leading the competition.